Hello and welcome to another of our Bromcom reporting videos. This time we're looking at a simple attendance report with some added colour coding based on the students' percentage attendance. So let's pop straight into our software, and we're going to go into reports, and we're going to go into our quick reports. You may have a slightly different path. You will be able to go straight into quick reports, where I have to go through the ad hoc route. So this is reports, quick reports, and it's already begun to build a report for me with some basic details. I'm just going to use a right click on the column heading to remove the admission number, which is not something I really want to see in my report. And I'm going to just add in the tutor group. So I could use the magnifying glass. For speed, type in tutor, and it's the students flat tutor group, which I require to add to my report. I want to add now an attendance summary column, and to do that, I'm just going to switch into advanced mode using that little slider. And from the menu of advanced reports, we have the ability to add an attendance summary. So we now have a little pop-up. I'm going to put in attendance to date, which I already had used previously. I want the meaning of present or an approved education activity to be picked up. I'm looking at morning and afternoon registration, and I'm looking at a percentage. I'm looking at the academic year to date, and normally we'll be looking at the current year. Because of my training data, I'm going to put that back to 24-25 so that I can pick up some realistic data. And I'm just going to add that column to my report. If I now slide out of advanced mode, you'll see that we have some attendance data on the system. I'm afraid my attendance data is not very good. Now let's color code that. So if it's lower than 90%, it will turn either an amber or a red. So we switch back into attendance mode, and we're going to add in from this short list an if then else column. So the if then else column is going to be RAG attendance, so red, amber, green are attendance items. And we're going to look at the attendance to date column. And we're going to say that if attendance to date is greater than or equal to 95%, then that's going to be a plus, and we're going to colour that as a nice green. We're then going to use the add to add a second condition, which is if it's greater than or equal to 90%, then we're going to put an equal symbol. These symbols aren't really important as they're not going to appear in the finished report. We'll have that as an amber because we're going to be slightly concerned that they're below 95% and maybe heading towards 90. And finally, if those first two conditions are met, the attendance will be lower than 90%, so we will have that as a red, and I will put a minus in. Now, I said I didn't really want these columns in, these plus, equals, and minus, so I'm going to apply the colours to the attendance to date column. And now I'm going to add in my column, and the RAG attendance column, when I hover over it, I have a copy symbol, an edit, a make visible or invisible, and cancel. So I'm going to just choose that to get rid of that column from appearing on my sheet. Then when I pop into my attendance mode, slide out of advanced, and we now have a color-coded attendance sheet, And if I were to pop that straight out into Excel as an unsaved report, we can see what it would look like as a generated Excel list with the color coding. But I would now really want to go to save the report as an attendance color coded report. I'll use that also as my description. And I will pop this in the actual module reports, the attendance report. So this will now appear in the menu under the Bromcom reports and attendance route, but as a custom report. So we'll save that through. And we now have a generated report with attendance data color coded for our year to date. I hope you found that useful. And please remember, if you have any questions, that you can contact us at any stage. Thank you.